Hello there, my name is Anita and I am a boring Norwegian. Today you will see me put some color on my furniture and prepare everything for my tabletops. Wish me luck!
I decided on a dark color. This way it will be easier to mask the difference between the old wood and the new wood I used in my coffee table. And of course it's easier to match the oak in the dining table with the other types of wood I've been forced to use in this project. So, matching set. I did a coffee table and a dining room table in 2 different days, and it was especially windy, so I had to move my stuff inside. So you see me do my dining room table in our living room. I had to do 2 coats with the stain just to get everything to match properly. With 1 coat, the differences between the 2 pieces and all the different wood and sanded and non-sanded areas was really visible. It's important to gently sand a little and clean off all the dust and debris between every coat. So I'm going to show you some of the shots, but not all of them. That's going to be tedious. Here's still my coffee table, but this time it's the 2nd coat. Here's how it looks. Ready for assembly, but I need to reproduce another part for my table. It's a broken slider for one of the drawers, which is why one of the drawers kept falling out. There's a really fast video of me putting varnish on my dining table. And done. In my last video I told you that the coffee table has had some moist to it. It's water damaged, and to clean up some of the rust on the hardware I'm using vinegar or eddik. On Norwegian it's just normal 7%. It doesn't remove everything, but a whole lot of it, and it's quite simple to use. You just fill the box until the hardware is covered and leave it for about 24 hours. Give it a good shake and clean it off with regular water. I usually add a little bit of oil, either bicycle oil or oil for nuts and screws, just to make sure it doesn't start rusting again. It's finally time for assembly, and the first thing I noticed is of course that I deleted my pictures, so I kind of had to just figure it out. I was not happy at all. If you take a look at my drawers, I have a foil on the MDF boards in the bottom of my drawers. This was a leftover from a different project, so I decided to use this to protect the bottom or the MDF from spills. MDF do not like moist or water or liquids. The drawers took a while to assemble, mostly because of the pieces I reproduced. They didn't fit 100%, so I had to do some adjustments as I put them all together and fit all the hardware and bits on the new pieces. But this is all a part of repairing stuff. You kind of have to expect some extra work when the damage is as big as it was on this coffee table. The good thing, however, is because of the more sturdy materials I used, there was a lot of small pieces that I didn't need anymore, like some supports nailed on the underside of the other drawers. They're gone now, I don't need them. This one works just fine on their own. Another thing I did different was not using staples or nails. I much rather use screws. I can control how far in they go, and I can screw them in and out without having to pry or destroy anything and add even more work to my project. Here you see me filling in with some filler the cracks I didn't like around the shelf of my table. which was a bad idea. This stuff did not dry properly. It was more like a silicone rather than a decent filler. So I had to kind of dig it all out again. Fun times. Fun times. I decided to add another coat of varnish just because I wasn't very successful with the other two. The table was outside and there was some bugs and hair and seeds stuck to it, so I had to give it another go. When the filler didn't work in the edge around the shelf on the coffee table, I decided to add some resin. Not all the way up, but just enough to get rid of that edge. I had to do 2 layers, but I only filmed 1. That's because my beautiful dog Mira decided to boop a bug that got stuck in the resin. And of course this was just before the stuff dried, so pets are lovely, aren't they? Resin is still quite new to me, so I did have some trouble getting this stuff to stay where it was supposed to be, go where it was supposed to be. So yeah, there was some last minute decisions concerning this, but the end result was fine, I guess. A lot better than it was, at least. I spread the epoxy with a tool for wallpaper, and I use a torch to pop the bubbles. The bubbles came because I worked too much with the epoxy. They shouldn't really come with the product I used there, but it's my fault. Beginner's mistake. And of course there's an obedient dining room table. I simply just put it together and cleaned up a little bit and I was done. Simple, simple. My next video will be all about the tabletops. I'm going to sand them down and just show you the process, and it has been slow and frustrating. Now keep watching to see the end result. I'm also working on my little side project with the knives that I'm repairing. And of course, if you like this content, press like. If you have questions or suggestions, bring them on. And of course, subscribe if you want to. I would really, really appreciate it. Bye bye.